There is absolutely no way that Elden Ring, a PS4 game, could not run on Nintendo Switch. We have Doom Eternal, we have Hogwarts Legacy, we have Mortal Kombat 1. What exactly is so demanding about Elden Ring that it makes it completely impossible to have a Nintendo Switch port? I said this when the game first came out, and I'm going to say it now that I've actually played it. This game is basic. It's simplistic. It's simplistic. It is easy to run shit. This game should have been on Nintendo consoles day one. Like, no excuses, no justifications. Like, this really should have come out day one, right? This is like on the same level of, Persona 5 or Nier Automata or Yakuza or Tekken, like Ace Combat 7, One Piece Odyssey. Like, all of these, like, third party games that are clearly not super cutting edge, that are clearly not that demanding, that have more cartoonish art styles or are more appealing to the Nintendo audience. Why exactly are these games not coming to Switch? It is, of course, like companies trying to do that thing where they try to pander to Sony, where they like release everything on like Sony approved platforms, right? They're doing everything they can to try to keep Nintendo like irrelevant, but again, there was no reason to wait a year and a half for One Piece Odyssey, right? There was no reason to wait 5 years for Ace Combat 7. There was no reason to like wait for Kingdom Come Deliverance or any of this stuff. Like if these games could be ported to Switch, why were they not on there day one? And I want it to be commonly known, Tears of the Kingdom is more demanding than Elden Ring. You know, there's way more going on in the open world. The enemy AI is better. The bosses are more interesting. The environments are more well thought out. The world is bigger and more interesting. Like, there's actual color in Breath of the Wild. You know, an unheard of thing in Elden Ring. Like, the frame rate is better. Like, the combat is more fluid. You won't hear Elden Ring fans ever admit that, but like again, it's obvious that Zelda is better than Elden Ring. The only reason you see people like throw up their arms and try to pretend otherwise is because they need to keep up the illusion. They need to justify other consoles existing. And again, if you start and think about it for even like 2 seconds, you realize that like the progression of the refusal for third parties to develop for Nintendo Switch makes no sense, considering it is the market leader, considering it does have the best Nintendo games. Like, what exactly are companies gaining by religiously releasing everything on Xbox, PC, and PlayStation, but not Nintendo Switch? It isn't due to horsepower. And even if it was, like, all they would have to do to get around it was just develop for Nintendo consoles first. There is no justification for how these corporations are acting. And it is up to the investors and the consumers to demand that Nintendo fans get third party releases day and date. There is no reason for Baldur's Gate 3 and Elden Dingaling to not come out day and date with the other versions. Like, these games should have Nintendo Switch ports.